Hello, SICFIT Nation. My name is Luke KAYYEM, and I am coming from SICFIT World Headquarters in Scottsdale, Arizona. I am joined by our newest SICFIT family member, Mike Allred of SICFIT Round Rock. Mike, what's up, brother? Happy 2016.
Absolutely. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, it's a great year so far. Thank you.
You are officially open for business. Who is your coach next to you?
This is my little coach, my daughter, Ella. She loves to be referred to as the little coach.
So walk us through the facility. Show us what you got going on. This is the first time anyone has seen the new space. You guys have been working on it tirelessly for almost a year.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Man. It's been a very interesting year, man, to say the least. We were very close to celebrating a 1-year anniversary of not being open. And that was a pretty daunting task to try to make sure that didn't happen. But yeah, man, we opened up December 3rd. So we are literally 30 days into the game. We're doing awesome. We had an incredible response in the month of December. Opening up with a lot of obstacles in terms of, construction work was 8 months behind schedule, opening up at the end of the year in a holiday month. But all that being said, an overwhelming response, a very humbling response from all the people that followed us and has been supporting us throughout the year, averaging just over one new client every day that we were open last month.
All right, so obviously new year, you get new people in the door. That happens just about in any gym, anywhere in the world. But you guys are starting out doing something special. I just saw a blog on your website that I actually shared down here talking about one man's journey to lose half his body weight. Tell us about who that is.
Yes, sir. Nate is an unbelievable character, man. He's definitely full of personality, and he's got the biggest heart. He is a big man, but he's definitely got a very big heart, always with the right intentions. And he came to us, came to our gym when we did our soft opening in the very beginning part of December, and decided to try out a free workout that we were offering to the public one of the first weekends that we were open. And that was an eye-opener for him, quite honestly. I mean, from the way he put it, is that opened the door for him in terms of what he needed to do to get back into shape. And we sat down and had some very serious conversations about what his goals were. And he is the one essentially that pitched to us to say, hey, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in, and I want you guys to document it. Would you be interested? And I said, absolutely, man, let's do it. And he is just over 400 pounds, and he wants to achieve somewhere close to losing half that weight and becoming, a 200-pound man again, and being active and being capable and being able to live a healthier lifestyle. So we are going to document his journey over the next 12 months or longer, and really kind of embed ourselves in his life and his lifestyle and try to make the most significant impact that we can to get him back on the road to a very healthy life.
That's awesome. And what is his ideal weight? Where does he want to see himself? You said he's at 400 pounds right now.
Yeah, he came in to the gym at about 405. He actually has said since he started here, he actually started with us about 10 days ago. And with the effort that he put in during the month of December, things that we just relayed to him to kind of help prep him for what we were going to do. Between that time and now, he's down about 17 pounds is what he's reported to us. So he's already making a pretty significant impact on just his training and his overall perspective in life, and the determination that he has to really get this weight down. But he does want to get down to a very low 200 mark, somewhere between 200 and 220 realistically. And that's very doable for him. We have a very specific plan for him. We're going to work with him very, very closely. We've got our entire staff is comprised of a team of people that are going to support him every step of the way.
That's awesome, man. That's such a huge success story, and it hasn't even really started yet, or it hasn't really begun yet. Let me ask you my next question. How did you and I meet? How does this whole thing come together? The title of this blab is, how we got started. I know how we met. I know our relationship. But let's take it back for the viewers who don't know. And first tell us how we met online overseas when you were in Kandahar.
Yeah, absolutely, man. My excellent daughter here was born in Phoenix, Arizona. I was living there at the time, and I had just started a new job that I was commuting overseas as a contractor, supporting the warfighter with some new acquisitions, and traveling the countryside alone and unafraid. During the time that I was prepping to leave for that particular contract, I was looking for a gym that really could fit my needs. And I hit probably a dozen gyms in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. And I landed on CrossFit Scottsdale at the time, and, went through a class that I believe that you led. And I was absolutely impressed. I was absolutely impressed with the format, the delivery, the enthusiasm, the environment. And at that time, I had already, immersed myself in that type of community. And I was traveling all over the world, visiting all these similar gyms. And this one stood out to me the most. And quite honestly, it was probably the furthest gym away from where I was living at the time, but it was well worth the travel. And after coming to your gym on a regular basis and learning more about what you guys do and how you do it, I really was attracted to your guys' model. And I basically threw it all out there. I said, hey, man, I'm really looking to become a coach, and this is where I want to coach. And that's kind of where it started.
Hold on, Mike. Let me cut you off right there, because I want everybody to know what you were doing overseas and how much time you did spend there away from your daughter, away from your family. Why on earth would you go over there if you weren't enlisted and you weren't in our military? What were you doing?
Well, I wasn't in the military at the time, but I do have a 10-year Marine Corps background. This was an opportunity for me to really give back to the warfighters that were still serving. I did the contracting gig for about 6 years, and it was something I really enjoyed and really loved to do, because I felt that I really was making a difference in the years that I spent in the military, and now having the opportunity to look at it from a different perspective, going out there and supporting those guys. They're literally putting themselves on the line to defend a number of different freedoms that we all take for granted. This was just an opportunity for me to say, hey, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. I'm here to support you. And it was a great life. It was a very simple life for me. I was very accustomed to it. I enjoyed it. And it really opened up the door for me to do some other things. While I was overseas, in a combination of an 18-month period, I ran a CrossFit gym in a kind of a hobby type setting. But there was a nonprofit affiliate that was set up out there in Kandahar, Afghanistan. And I took control of that gym and really had the opportunity to breathe some life into it and make it something that has been kind of world renowned in some regards. But in the year of 2010, 2011, I hosted an event in Afghanistan, in Kandahar, a 2-day CrossFit Games style event that was open to warfighters and contractors all over the country during combat operations, and had 100% support by the command staff from all over the battlefield. And part of the initiative that we were doing was to, hold on, time out. Part-time gym owner, full-time dad. One of the things that we raised awareness for, one of the initiatives, I should say, that we had was to provide gym equipment to the warfighter that was out in the most austere environment, to give them some sort of reprieve from what they were doing day to day with the long hours and the operations they were dealing with. They didn't have, that sanctuary that we were so fortunate to have in Kandahar. And this was an opportunity for us to purchase some gym equipment, raise some money, purchase the equipment for them, send it out to them, so they didn't have to use those ammo cans full of sand. They didn't have to use those broken vehicle parts as weights. We sent them legit equipment, and it was a very humbling event or an opportunity for myself. Helped me get known in the community, but it really was just a fantastic thing to be a part of, to make such an impact. And so, I made the best of my time while traveling overseas. It wasn't that I was, there against my will, or that, I was just taken from my family. I made the best of it while I was there, and impacted a lot of other people's lives in the process.
All right, so you're back from overseas. You're training here for a little while. We get to know each other. We get to like each other, and then somehow you decide to go down to KAYYEM camp at SICFIT, and I obviously drive you down there and spend the weekend filming you and watching you. What was that experience like? As you didn't have to do it, you weren't in the military anymore, and this is almost a weekend warrior course, but you got to be more than a weekend warrior to get through it. Why did you do KAYYEM?
Really, I guess for a number of different reasons. I mean, the whole military training aspect of that weekend is something I'm very familiar with, of course. And apparently, we're just mashing down some cuties right now, vacuum style. But I wasn't worried about the physical part of the training. I was really attracted to the concept that they were selling of the mental toughness. And I really wanted to kind of find out, someone being in my early 30s and have experienced a number of things that have challenged me both mentally and physically. I wanted to put myself through something that was very structured and really kind of test my limits. So having that opportunity to have you drive us down and going down there with another member of the gym was a great experience, because then I got to learn more about what your initiatives were, what your goals were, what your perspectives were on a number of different things within the industry, and what the future had in store for you. And that was also very inspiring. That kind of opened the door for me and what I'd like to do. Have just come home from my deployment and wanting to open up my own gym. So learned a lot from those conversations, all that windshield time that we had both to and from California. And what I got from SICFIT was, an unbelievable experience. Something that obviously will live with me forever. The bonds and the relationships I created while we were there, just the experience in general, finding out what the new limits are of what I'm able to do, both physically and mentally.
All right, so we don't have a ton of time on this first interview, so I want to capture the essence of the gym right now, and we're going to need a totally separate interview to get more details as to the programming that you're doing and the specific classes that you're offering. But I want to hear a little bit about the facility itself. I got a chance to visit there about 6 months ago, and walk us through this warehouse that hasn't been, revamped and remodeled in, over 25 years?
Oh man, there's an incredible story here, actually, and I'd love to be able to take you around on this this interview. Unfortunately, I'm tethered to my power cable on my laptop, and so I don't have the opportunity to walk you around our 4,000 square foot space that has really an amazing story and a lot of historical significance in this small little town of 100,000 people. The historic piece of this is that it's a little more than 80 years old, and we took on a pretty significant endeavor to revitalize it and breathe some new life into it. So that's part of the reason that it took us a little longer to get this space open. There was a number of other things that came into play that was a little bit out of our control, but the history here is that this started off. Or I should tailor this back, is that the owner of this building at the time was a very young entrepreneur. Still to this day is Chevy's youngest independent dealer in their history at 21 years old, and this was dealership number one for him. And he is one of the most well-known car dealers in the Central Texas area. He was also became the mayor of this town for 4 years. So there's a lot of really rich history in the building and the space that we're in, and so we're honoring that by making it look as if we've been here forever, and we're not glorifying with the contemporary or modern look with neon and things like that. And that's not who we are. That's not our culture. That's not our the community that we're trying to create. And so we're kind of paying homage to the history of this space.
Awesome. So in our next interview here, we will get a 360. We'll get some viewing opportunities of what the place looks like. Let's keep it going with how we got started. Obviously, you went through being in functional fitness overseas. You ran competitions. You ran a gym. You came back. And then you started to talk to me about what opportunities were out there. And obviously I've been in fitness my whole life, and, transitioned from small training facility to one-on-one private training to large Globo gym facility to affiliate model for a few years. And then we decided to go in the direction of the SICFIT licensee. SICFIT originally was founded in Austin, Texas. You're now the first ever SICFIT gym coming out of Texas. Tell us why you decided to pull the trigger and why you decided to become SICFIT Round Rock.
Yeah, man, a lot of great points. Being 15 years in the fitness industry myself, and kind of learning and experiencing the gamut of what this industry has had to offer, and having CrossFit be a very significant impact in that for me, and really kind of show me the way forward of what the best or the most effective and efficient way to train and to reach one's goals. And I did run a CrossFit gym here for a short period of time, and had an opportunity to kind of learn more about this community that we live in. And I decided to, remove myself from that situation and go open up my own space, because it was time for me to do it on my own. I've been kind of sitting on this dream for way too long, and the opportunity presented itself, so I had to jump on it. And really taking all of the factors in consideration of, do we open up another CrossFit gym when there is just, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of CrossFit gyms worldwide, we would get lost in the sauce. And that's not something that I felt, was going to benefit us the way that we wanted or needed to. We had a lot more to offer. Our background, our expertise, our professionalism, a number of things really separate us from the bulk of that group. And so taking all that into consideration, knowing some of the trials and tribulations that you had gone through with that community, and now branching off and doing your own thing, really made me take a step back and go, okay, well, why? Why did you do that? So I reached out to you and your wife, Najla, and I said, all right, tell me why SICFIT? And it took all of about 20 minutes for you to really explain the capability gaps of what the CrossFit business model was like compared to the things that you experienced, and the bridges that you guys have created with those gaps, and really just delivering a more empowering and a confidence building program that makes an environment very fruitful, very entertaining for anyone at any level. And that's more about who we are and what we want to accomplish. We are not a funneling system to throw you into some sort of competition. We do support that community. We do support those individuals who are training for an in-season sport, who are a paid professional or a sponsored athlete. We do cater to those people, but that's not the bulk of our clientele. And and finally understanding that from a business perspective, putting my business hat on, we needed to make some really definitive changes, or create some real definitive separation between us and that community. Functional fitness, again, is the way forward in the industry. You're not going to have a better program to get more effective or efficient results. So using that as a platform, our delivery system is significantly different. Having the 3 programs of life, fitness, and sport really allows us to create that environment for any individual that is very empowering, a place where you can be confident and not be insecure about the other people that are in the room with you. And then also from a safety perspective, us as leaders and coaches of these classes, it allows us to train people of similar skill sets rather than having this hodgepodge of capabilities, backgrounds, and experiences, and really kind of turning us into a triage surgeon of really just kind of spending our attention spread out over all these different people with different capability sets. We now can train them in a more structured environment, and everyone's going to get an equal amount of attention, and the attention they deserve, and really at the bottom line what they're paying for. So all that being said, and understanding your vision and your direction, it just made the most sense. I mean, the light bulb went off, and then the light bulb exploded, and we just had to do it. There was no choice.
Well, Mike, I'm absolutely humbled that you and your family have taken the appropriate steps to join our family in 2016 as the newest SICFIT licensee, SICFIT Round Rock brother. Welcome to the family. You've been a part of the family for years, so it's nothing new. You just got some paint on the walls and some equipment in the doors to do what you do, and to do it better than just about anybody I know. We can't wait to come out and visit you. This is part one of multiple series towards why you got started and what SICFIT Round Rock is all about. Give a kiss to the family for me, and I will talk to you very soon.
Thanks, brother. You the same. Appreciate it.
Awesome job, Mike.
All right.